And if you want to win a gift card, an Amazon gift card, anywhere from $10 to $500. If you want to win an Amazon
You want
gift card.
V-Bucks? You want V-Bucks?
Yeah.
So $500 gift card.
Yeah.
You gotta watch this video and find the code. So we're gonna put the code somewhere in the video, and all you gotta do is be the first person to find that code. And so you gotta watch the video when it comes out.
You gotta watch it.
So what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Chef Junie's TV. Today we got another episode of In the Kitchen, where I bring you simple and easy recipes for you to try out in the comfort of your own home. On today's episode of In the Kitchen, we got the homie Rosecrans Vic.
What up, Junie?
We got him up in here.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get to know Rosecrans Vic a little bit better. We're gonna get to know all of his backstory, where he came from, how he started the Rosecrans Avenue, and all that good stuff, all right? But before we get into all that, here on Chef Junie's TV, we like to show the people that come on here a little bit of love. We like to give you guys y'all flowers while y'all can smell them and appreciate them and show you that we appreciate you. So we got a little gift for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
We got our little tote bag right there,
There we
right?
go.
That's that Chef Junie TV.
Fire.
This is brand new,
Yes,
brand new
sir.
drop.
Thank
I know
you.
you got your, you didn't bring me no jeans. The
Oh, man, yeah, they're at the
jeans.
store. My bad. Yeah,
So we got that for you, right? And then we
Okay.
got an apron for you.
Fire. I don't have an apron. That's
We got an apron
perfect.
for you, the Chef Junie apron.
There we go.
Right there.
Yep.
Code that one. We also got some all-purpose seasonings.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
you go home with that, and you can go ahead and create
Yeah.
any dishes you want with that.
Yeah.
And we got these candles that my girl make.
I love candles.
So these are the manifestation candles. Her brand is called Higher
Oh.
Vibrations. You could elevate your vibrations to a higher level.
Yeah.
Like this with your girl. Sit back, cook her a nice dinner, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then we also got a little thank you card for you. You can read this later if
Oh,
you want.
thank you, bro.
Basquiat is one of my favorite artists, so
Yeah.
you got your little
Appreciate
thank
you,
you
bro.
card. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll go ahead and put this away. We're going to jump right into this video, all right?
All right, let's do it.
You want to wear your apron now or later?
Later.
Show off the
later.
chain.
You know what I'm saying?
OTR chain right there, you know?
I'm excited for that candle, too, though.
Yeah. All right, so for what we got today, we're gonna do a spin on the chili rellenos, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna do like a crab and shrimp stuffed chili rellenos.
Wow, okay.
Right. So we
Fire.
got some crab meat right here. We got some shrimp that we already cut up.
Yep.
We got some cheese. We got some mozzarella cheese and some Parmesan cheese. Some breadcrumbs to kind of tie everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Some lemon juice. We got some sour cream. Some chipotle peppers. And of course, we got the star of the show,
Yep.
the Poblano pepper.
Yep.
Right, so we're gonna put all this together. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna do this. It's not gonna be the traditional chili rellenos where you put the flour and fry it up and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We're gonna make this in the oven. We're gonna
Okay.
stuff it and make it in the oven, all right? Before we get into that, how are you doing? We wanna know how you're doing. How you feeling? How's your mental? How's everything going with you today?
Everything's great. I can't complain at all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of positivity going on. Just turned 30, healthy, blessed. You know, everybody in my family blessed. You know what I'm saying? So really can't complain at all.
Okay. Where did you grow up at? Where did you come from? Tell me your backstory. What schools you went to? All that kind of good stuff.
Okay, so I was born in Inglewood, and then grew up nearby Lenox, first part of my life.
Okay.
And then from there, our family moved to like Bellflower, Downey area, and I will continue to go to school over there. So like I went to Downey High, graduated from there. Then like since then moved around Hawthorne, Whittier, and I live in Hollywood now, so it's kind of all, you know,
You got
moved
a little
around a
bit
lot.
of bread now, so
Yeah.
You moved to Hollywood area. I'm trying to get on your level a little bit.
Yeah.
Where did the name Rosecrans Vic come from?
So, you know how I mentioned, like I moved around a lot,
Right.
but that street always remained like a constant in my life. So like my grandma lived in Hawthorne off of Rosecrans. My great grandpa lived in Compton off of Rosecrans. When we moved to Bellflower, we were off of Rosecrans. So it was like, oh wow, that even though I was moving a lot, that street always felt like home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like then fast forward to like 18, 19, I'm like curious about maybe starting a brand or something, like something creative. And then I thought about like, okay, what means a lot to me, has a lot of significance. It's not necessarily like a city that I feel tied to, it's more the street,
Okay.
you know, and every city attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now,
Yeah.
do you feel as though, what do you consider yourself to be, like a media personality, a fashion designer, A&R, record label? Because you seem like you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think it all comes from being a journalist first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of grew into like a personality with like the podcast stuff. And then everything else is like, you know, like co-designing the pants and like, you know, working with record labels. It all just stems from that like original passion that I had for music.
Okay.
and being around it. You know what I'm saying? Interviewing artists. Like I love to do that. I love to talk to new people, meet them and stuff like that. And learn something from every single person. So it all really stems from that. So if you were to ask me like pick one, I would say journalist.
Journalist, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna bring out our stove. Cause you know we gotta roast these off a little bit,
Yep,
right?
yep.
I already got most of them already roasted off,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna show you how to do this on camera. I'm gonna let you do it. I'll let you play with the fire. Chuck
yeah.
Dizzle almost burnt down the kitchen, so
Shout out
we're
Chuck
gonna see
Dizzle.
how close we can get you to burning down the kitchen. All right. So we about to reset the kitchen real quick.
Yeah.
And then I got some more questions to ask you. We got a round of rapid fire questions we're gonna do. We're gonna get your top 5 of a certain category. I ain't gonna tell you yet because
Okay.
I don't want you thinking about it yet. But
Yep.
we're gonna get into this and we're gonna get to know you a little bit better. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Peace. All right. So now that we reset the kitchen, we're gonna go ahead and show you how to roast off these peppers real quick. All right.
sure.
So we're gonna throw our fire on high. Like I said, Chuck almost burnt down the kitchen. So
Okay, yeah.
no,
Is there like a trick to this? Because usually when my grandma puts these on the stove, the whole house is coughing.
yeah.
So, is the same thing gonna happen right
it's the
now?
same
We
thing
got
right
ventilation?
now. We ain't got no ventilation. We're gonna try not to burn down
All right,
the
for
kitchen,
sure.
right?
All right, let's do it.
I ain't got no insurance, and you know.
Neither do I. We on the same boat. All right.
So where's the oil at? So we're just gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the
Okay.
pepper and get that nice and coated like that. And then we're just gonna put the pepper on the fire. I bet your grandma used her hands, huh?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
ain't using my hands.
Yeah.
You got tongues. So go ahead. So while that's cooking, let me wash my hands real quick.
Yep.
All right. So while that's cooking, you see it's already starting to smoke a little bit. You
Yep.
see that char getting on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and char that up real quick. I got some rapid fire questions for you, all right?
Okay, let's do it.
We're gonna get to know you a little bit more, but we're gonna
All right,
ask you
let's
these
do it.
questions first. Back when you gotta kind of close your ears because I don't want you to hear these questions, so you can start already thinking. All right, so the first question, right?
Yep.
If you are what you eat, what are you?
Lots of tortillas.
Lots of tortillas.
Yeah.
Because you don't cook much, right?
Exactly. It's like easiest things is
I
like.
need you to take care of the pepper.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Right?
The easiest thing for me is like tacos, chilaquiles, like damn near anything involving tortillas is like pretty burritos. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty simple for me. I don't have too wide of a range when it comes to cooking. You know what I'm saying? At least yet. Maybe I might add this to my arsenal. You know?
Okay. Podcasting or fashion designing?
Oh, podcasting.
Podcasting.
I feel like that's where the real bag is at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third question: What is your what are your guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures. Let me think. There's this show on HBO Max called F-Boy Island, and it's hilarious. I'll be watching that. I don't really watch TV. That's like one of the only things because it's so ridiculous, and it's like one of those things of like, I shouldn't admit to watching it, but I for sure watch it. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Yeah.
Okay. You're on a boat
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boat that can only fit 2 people.
Yep.
You look in the water. You see Duno and Letty. Who you pulling up?
Oh, okay. This actually is not that hard. Okay, because
Who you saving, I should say.
okay, look, Duno is a like Olympic level swimmer.
Oh, yeah?
He played water polo. Okay, so I feel like he could fend for himself. He's actually a junior lifeguard.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So he can.
The more you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he can actually take care of himself in the water. I feel like. I feel like Letty would definitely need more help. You know what I'm saying? So I'll save her.
So you save Letty.
Yeah.
All right. And speaking, because one of your co-hosts is a comedian,
Yep.
Duno.
Yep.
So I want to know who's your top 5 LA comedians.
Ooh, LA comedians. I'm gonna just have to go off like, I guess like Instagram ones, because I don't really go to like comedy shows like that. But I'll say like in no particular order, Watomi Kwan, Duno, Donnie Diamonds.
Donnie Diamonds.
Who's some other people that are hilarious in LA? Let me think. That are like from LA. I'm trying to think if there's any like. Yeah.
Xavier TV.
Oh, Xavier TV. Hilarious. Okay, yeah.
You heard comedian Stevie J?
I haven't. I need one more, but definitely Xavier. Yeah, with the hats and all that. Who else? Oh, I haven't really. Wait, did he get like slapped recently? Oh, I don't know. That's 4. I can't think of anybody else.
So we're gonna go 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the top 4 LA comedians.
Yep.
And then if you think of some more, just drop them in the comments. If
Yeah.
y'all got your favorite LA comedian.
Yeah, I
drop
need
them in the
one more to
comments
fill the slot. Yeah.
Jason Tony.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty charred, right?
Yep.
So what we do here now is we turn off the fire.
Okay.
You know, you burn off the kitchen, so we gonna.
We didn't burn the
We didn't burn
kitchen.
the
Let's
down.
go.
So what you do from here is you kind of put this in a bowl or a plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Lester for telling me that. Put it in a plastic bag and kind of let this sweat a little bit so you can easily pull that off, all right? So we're going to put this one to the side. We already got 4 over there that's already prepped and ready to go.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Fine.
going to go ahead and put this to the side. I just want to show the people how to do that,
Yeah.
all right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. Put it right there for now. And now we're going to cook our shrimp, all right? So we
Okay.
got that pan right there.
Yes, sir. I'll put this on here.
Yep, we're gonna put the pan right there. Turn the fire on medium low. We're gonna use about maybe a tablespoon of olive oil, right?
Okay.
And then we got the shrimp right here, right?
Okay.
And we got the Chef Junie's all-purpose seasoning,
Ah,
right? So we're gonna let that pan heat up a little bit, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and put the shrimp in there to cook off.
Okay, for
Because we're gonna cook this in the oven, but we wanna cook the shrimp a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna build up the stuffing that goes inside the chicken.
Oh, I'm excited for this crab meat.
Yeah, crab meat.
It's not imitation.
Not imitation, that's the real stuff.
Yeah, the real stuff.
Yeah, Bobby said don't say PPP, but he said that joke is kind of played out now. So we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp now.
All right, for sure.
Yep, it is nice and. All right, then we're going to add a little bit of Chef Junie's all-purpose spice to that.
Oh, this has everything.
It has everything in there.
Is that too much?
Oh, you got a little bit more. All right. And we only want to cook these halfway because, like I said, we're going to put this in the oven and let it finish cooking, all right? So tell me more about Rosecrans Ave. I like your chain too. Explain your chain.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so OTR, shout out OTR Records, my boy Soul, Cali. It's a small independent label based in Los Angeles. We currently have Pac-Man the Gunman signed to us. We just signed 22 G-Fay out of San Diego. We have Swifty Blue. We've done an album with Raven Justice, Young T.O. So like, we have some notable names on there as well. And then so just basically the homie Soul, around my birthday, he's like, yo, I got a gift for you. All the hard work and shit, everything you put in, like I got you. We recently got mentioned in the LA Times.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, after that, he's like, I got you. Personalize it on the back. It actually has Rosecrans right here.
Oh, I see that. That's
has
dope.
the logo.
Yeah.
If you want to zoom in there.
Zoom in on the shade. We like to flex around here.
Yeah. And then so it's cool. It's my first like real bust down piece. You know what I'm saying? So it means a lot.
It's real nice and real icy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then as far as like Rosecrans, we started in 2014. It was pretty much just me, another homie helping me out. And, after a while we started just throwing shows, doing things in the city, trying to just be mentioned amongst like homegrown and everybody. And like, fortunately we've been able to be there, 8 years later. We're like 8 years in now, you know what I'm saying? Done a lot of shows. We just did Rosecrans Live. We sold out the Observatory. Still going strong. That's kind of like the foundation and the base for everything. Everything else came from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Brown Bag spun off of that. Mad Lately spun off from that. Like,
let's talk about the Mad Lately. Like, how did that come about? And No Jumper and
Mad Lately. So, I've known Adam since maybe like 2017. Just kept meeting him at shows. We had a lot of mutual friends and stuff like that. Kept running into him anytime I was working, he was working. And I think we grew like a mutual respect. And you know, he had an opportunity. We had a meeting at his office like early 2020. He said he wanted me to like do some stuff for No Jumper. He was trying to expand the team. He didn't want it to just be him anymore.
Right.
And I was like, cool, yeah, let's do something. And then the pandemic happened. So that shut everything down for like 6 months or whatever. Then around August, he hit me back up and he's like, yo, you still want to do the podcast? And I was like, yeah, of course. You know, so he's like, all right, well, you know, like, see what you could think of. And I was like, all right, for sure. I told him, give me like 3-4 days. And I came up with the whole concept, like a logo, did like a photo shoot, reached out to Gina, Gabe, and then we put it all together.
So you're the one that reached out to Gina and Gabe.
Yeah.
What made you choose Gina and Gabe for the?
To me, they're like the two like best new like personalities in media that didn't have like a position at like a Real or a Power 106 so far, you know. So it was like, I was just like, you know what, they would be a perfect fit. We're all kind of at the same level, and I think, you know, that it would be dope for us to grow together. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Gina Views. If y'all haven't seen that video, click this link right here. She came up in the kitchen. She didn't burn it down, but we had a good time in the kitchen.
Yeah, shout out Gina.
And then so that didn't really pan out for certain reasons, because you said, what was the reason why that lady kind of...
I always, it's funny because like, I'm open to like poking fun at myself, because it's like, you're not always gonna win and everything, you know. It's okay to take L's, you know, you just learn from them. But somebody literally yesterday posted like our last flyer, shout out back with Brad, which was our last episode.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And which was a legendary episode actually. But
I'm gonna let you finish, but we're gonna take these off.
yeah, for sure.
We're gonna add that straight to the crab, all right?
Oh, fire, okay.
All right.
So somebody said that they missed the show, and I was just like, yo, you're the only one that misses this show, I promise you. Like, we didn't have any fucking viewers, man. Like, it's real. Like, with a channel like No Jumpers, it had at the time like, you know, close to 4 million subscribers on YouTube. For us to be doing like 10, 20K like in there, I didn't realize that how low that was for like the overall numbers of like a
No Jumper,
of a No Jumper. You know, I was just comparing it to like my numbers on my channel and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, like, these are low numbers. I couldn't even get mad at them for canceling us. I'm like, you know,
it was just the timing of it, because it seemed like No Jumper is like really booming right now.
Yeah.
You think if you guys would have stayed on longer, the numbers would have increased because No Jumper is like popping right now?
Possibly, but I don't feel like we were like totally a fit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we tried it, but that channel, like the most salacious shit, like performs better on that channel.
Right.
And I wasn't willing to do that. Gina wasn't, neither was Gabe.
Okay.
You know, it's just not in our like personality. So it just kind of wasn't a fit. Good idea, wrong place maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we would have kept on longer, if it would have increased. Like we definitely had like our following that would like post us and be excited every week. But it wasn't like big enough of an audience to like, for Adam to like justify us being there every week, you know what I'm saying? So I never like was upset at it. It was just like, dude, I understand. Like we had, you know, almost 40 episodes. That's a lot more than, you know, a lot of people can say. And at the end of the day, like, the funniest thing is that like, I feel like it gets brought up once a week on No Jumper content, like whether it's a joke, whether it's a reference. So I'm like, man, we're solidified in history, so I can't even be mad. You know
could you guys take that somewhere else and do it on your own, or is it kind of like under the No Jumper umbrella?
Yeah, no, it's completely ours. We could do whatever we want with it if we wanted to. Yeah.
All right, so perfect. So we're gonna build this. Stuffing up real quick.
Yep.
And we're gonna talk more about how did that transition into the Brown Bag Pack podcast, and how you and Letty and Duno and everybody linked up like that. But we're gonna get this stuffing going real quick. All right. So we already got the crab meat.
Yep.
We got the shrimp, right? So we're gonna add a little bit of sour cream to this.
All right.
This is sour cream. Gonna add about maybe half a cup. Right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add some of this chipotle peppers. We're gonna add just the sauce to it, all right? We're not gonna add the pepper, just the sauce.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make it too spicy, all right?
Yep.
Gonna add about maybe a tablespoon of that, right? And then we're gonna add some of our Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
Add some of this mozzarella cheese,
Yep.
right? We're gonna add some breadcrumbs because the breadcrumbs is gonna kind of tie everything together. And we're gonna squeeze 1/2 of a lemon up in there.
All right, for sure.
If it would come out. I'm not strong enough, Asia, help me. All right, then we're gonna add some of these green onions to that, right?
Onions, yeah.
We're just gonna mix it up a little bit, incorporate all that stuff in there.
Nice.
And then we still gotta add the breadcrumbs.
This looks fire already. I could see
already.
where it's going. Yeah.
And then we don't want to break up the crab meat too much.
Yeah.
Because like you said, this ain't that imitation stuff. This is
Real deal Holyfield.
right. We're gonna add some of this Chef Junie all-purpose seasoning to that. Get this nice and incorporated in there. Then we're gonna add a little bit of breadcrumbs to tie everything together. And just mix that up like that. All right, so now that we got this filling made, we're gonna taste it a little bit. Make sure the seasonings is on point. Do a little bit.
It's good.
Is it too spicy?
No.
No, okay. Add a little bit more seasoning to that.
Sure. It's like Cajun, kind of?
It's kind of like a Cajun, yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of a cross between Cajun and Mexican, you know.
Yeah.
We gonna do you justice. We ain't gonna be like Tiger. Shout out to Tiger. Shout out to Tiger.
Ay caramba.
I can remember. I need you to come in the kitchen, Tiger. So that ain't a shot, but we gonna do the Mexican culture a little bit of justice. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna reset a little bit.
Yep.
We're gonna get the Poblano peppers. We're gonna stuff them, throw them in the oven, then we're gonna talk more about the brown bag podcast. All right.
Bet.
So we see y'all in a second. All right. So we back. We got the kitchen reset. We got our Poblano peppers right here.
Yep.
So what I want you to do is I want you to make a little slit like that.
Okay.
And each one, I'm gonna show you one, and then you can do the rest. All right.
All right, sure.
Then we're just gonna take out the seeds and
The
stuff out of
seeds,
it.
yep.
Yeah.
I see my grandma do this all the time.
You be helping your grandma cook?
Nope.
Why not?
I should, right? I should. I don't know. It would just be like, she wouldn't make an announcement. Like when I lived with my grandma, she would just be like cooking and then be like, food's ready. And you know, I'm like, oh, lit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you got like female cousins and sisters, anything like that?
Yeah, my sisters.
They be in the
my
kitchen helping them cook?
Yeah, for sure. Like during the holidays, they be, you know, everybody has to get in the kitchen and help with the
Right.
tamales. You know what I'm saying? It's like tradition.
You should
Meanwhile,
shop in there one day and help them out with that.
I should really, but you know, it's kind of like we just, like the men, fortunately, we just kind of sit back and chill till it's ready.
All right,
It's
so
not right. It's not right, but you know, we do it. You know what I'm saying?
Traditional. Don't do like I did, because I fucked this one up. I kind of split it too much.
Oh, look, I did it perfect.
Yeah, you did it perfect. Look at that. Perfect. See, you better
Take out
than
all
me.
the seeds.
Right? And we're just going to put these on the thing like that. If some seeds are left in it, it's okay. Just add a little. The heat from the pepper comes from the seeds.
Yeah,
It don't
I
come
heard
from the
that.
actual pepper.
That's interesting
So
right there.
if you leave some seeds in this, okay, just gonna add a little bit of heat to it.
Yeah.
So while you're doing it, I want to talk to you about the Brown Bag Podcast. How did
Yes,
that come
sir.
about?
So the Brown Bag Podcast, it's a funny story with that. So very organic with everything from the start. Like what originally happened was I was doing my thing, no jumper, everything was like going good. Letty called me in one day and she's like, hey, I'm doing like this interview series. I really want to interview you on my podcast. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in there, we do a podcast, goes pretty good. And then about a week later, she calls me and she was like, hey, Vic, I'm so sorry, but I lost that memory card and, you know, I don't have any of the footage.
Right.
So I was like, what? And I'm like, all right, no biggie, like, we can reshoot it. And then so she was like, all right, cool, thanks. So I went back, we shot another interview, and then it went really well. It went way better than the first one. And there was like just a lot of chemistry there on camera. And then I was just like, at the end, I casually mentioned, I was just like, we should like do a podcast or something. Might as well. Like we've already done 2 episodes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so, you know, we did that. The episode dropped. And then maybe like a week or two later, she called me and she was like, hey, remember what you said like about the podcast? I've been thinking about it. Like, you know, what do you think? Like, we should like, you know, do some pilots and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm totally down. You know, like, meanwhile, I'm still doing Mad Lately.
Right.
You know, and doing that. And I'm just like, yeah, like, why not? I don't see why not, like, clear out another day of my schedule, a few hours, whatever.
Right.
And then so we started recording a few pilots. We actually put one out. It's still on her YouTube channel right now. And it got some good reception.
Yeah.
And then Duno, he was like traveling a lot at the time. He was getting a lot of hosting gigs and stuff, going out of town. He saw that we did a podcast and we kind of like lightly discussed it being us three. And then when he saw it was just us two, he got so upset.
Yeah. Duno seemed like on the sensitive side.
Yeah.
He seemed like me. He a Pisces?
Yeah, he's a Pisces.
He like me, sensitive.
So he called us, literally FaceTimed us. And then he's just like flipping us off, like, fuck you guys, I hate you so much. How could you do this? You put it out without me just because I was out of town. And then so we were like, damn, like, you know, we didn't mean to, but honestly, he was so busy, traveling so much. We're like, we can't see how he's gonna be in town for us to shoot consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like with a podcast, like the most important thing is like consistency. Right. So he said, nah, don't worry about it. Whatever day it is, I'll clear it out. I'll make sure I'm not traveling. I'm not doing anything. So we're like, all right, well, let's come in and shoot another pilot. So we shot like 2 more pilots. They went great. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome. A lot of chemistry there too. So after that, we were like, okay, well, we like this. You know, we should put a name on it or something. We did a whole photo shoot, didn't have a name for it. And then we sat down. We were about to record like our first official episode. And then Letty had the name written down. Like she had a bunch of names to choose from. And I was like, she said brown bag. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's it right there. Don't say no more names. Like, that's it. And then we recorded it. We put it out and we just got a great reception from it.
So how did she come up with the name brown bag? Like what's the story behind that?
Well, I mean, I don't know initially how she thought of it. Maybe she was thinking of like a 40, like a brown bag, but I feel like it has just so much diversity to it. It's kind of whatever you want it to be in a way, because like people get paid in a brown bag. Right. You know what I'm saying? Under the table. That's what Rob said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People get paid in a brown bag under the table. It's kind of like brown bag money is like a thing. You know what I'm saying? And then also, this was like the first time that me, Duno, or Letty, I think like fully embraced our culture like on camera, because it's like when it comes to like me and Letty, like we do our hip hop thing, you know, like rap interviews and all this stuff. Never like did something where we're like, okay, this is like for the Latinos or whatever. Like we just never even consider stuff like that. And then so this is like, okay, we're gonna talk about like some Latino shit other people aren't talking about. And because of that, it was just like, oh, we're getting in our brown bag. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, so, but like, it all kind of makes sense. Like we've even like chugged the 40 on the show and stuff like that. I feel like it means everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like facets to what it means, not just one thing, which is dope. What you want to have in a name, you know, some diversity to it. So how does it feel being recognized by people like Charlamagne the God and stuff like that? Oh, that's crazy. Like I still watch that clip and I'm like, I can't believe that happened. Yeah. Because, when I was like working 9 to 5 and all that, like I would listen to the Brilliant Idiots. I even specifically remember listening to an episode of Letty on the Brilliant Idiots and then being like, wow, that's so fire. Like, I can't believe she's on there. Right. And so years later for him to like mention the name of our podcast and like shout us out and say, everybody should be listening to them, I was just like, yo, is this real life? Like for real? Like I still can't believe it. Because I listen to that every week. So like, you know, imagine you're just like watching your favorite TV show and then they just start talking about you. You're like, yo, what is going on? Like you know what I'm saying? For me, it made me proud. Yeah. So I can only imagine. I'm like, oh damn, he shouted out brown bag. That, like I know big person. That, like that's what's up. So I can only imagine how it made you guys feel. Nah, no doubt. And I look up to him a lot, you know, and all this stuff that he's done. His birthday and my birthday is like 2 days away from each other. So like I always felt like, you know, similar. I'm like, oh, I kind of know how he thinks a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Both being cancers and stuff like that, being in media. So it was really dope to be recognized. Like I've never like spoken to him or anything like that. Like, but you know, one day it's like now I feel like he watches, you know what I'm saying? He clearly watches, you know what I'm saying? So one day if I do run into him, and that's hopefully. Yeah. But like the cool thing is that like you know, if we were to see each other out, like he would recognize me, and what he would really be recognizing is just the hard work that I put in all these years. You know what I'm saying? So that's super dope.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stuff these peppers.
All
So I'm
right,
gonna stuff one and you're gonna stuff the rest. We're gonna stuff a generous amount in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just stuff them up in there like that. Put this in the middle. So what's next for Rosecrans Vic?
Man, I was just having a conversation with my manager the other day about like what's next, because I had a lot of goals like for the first half of the year, and I'm glad to say I like accomplished all of them. Like when it came to like the jean release, like brown bag and everything, like selling out the live show and all that. I would say next is really just elevating like elevating my platform to be bigger. I'm doing this in the field interview series where we're going out and like interviewing artists like in different settings and stuff like that.
Is that the one where you guys was in the band and?
The Bompton of Calabasas one with Wally.
Yeah.
So more things like that, really creative. I have a lot of good ideas for it, and getting that really like distributed like to like TV platforms and like all these like streaming apps is like my next kind of like goal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just continue to like, you know, kill it with the brown bag, you know what I'm saying? Like more live shows, go on tour with it, go on tour with Rosecrans Live, like just see the world get paid, you know what I'm saying? Like just a lot more of the same, but just, you know, on a different level.
Okay. So we're gonna finish up these. We're gonna throw them in the oven, 350 degree oven for about 15 minutes, and we're gonna get right back after these come out the oven nice and hot. And we're gonna get to talk about Rosecrans Vic some more. He brought his son today, so we're gonna ask you about how it is being a father.
Oh yeah.
With you being so busy and being so active and doing all these great things. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit more, all right?
For sure.
So we see y'all this come out the oven. Peace. All right, so we back in the kitchen. The chili rellenos is almost finished. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take it out.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
You know, we got the. All right. What we didn't do on camera is we put the cheese on there. We forgot to show them that on camera.
Okay.
We put the cheese on top of there. The cheese is nice and charred and melted.
Yeah.
Looking real delicious right now,
Facts.
right? So let's talk about fatherhood a little bit, all right?
Okay.
You brought your son today. You want your
That's
son
right.
to come on camera and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, he loves that. Vic.
You want to come say hi to everybody?
Vic.
How is it being a father and being so busy and have all your things going on? And like you said, it's summer vacation.
Yeah.
How is that?
I mean, you know, it's funny. Oh, come say hi to the camera. Say hi. I was actually just having this conversation with my son earlier because we were walking up like a really nice street like off of Melrose, and he's like, Dad, can we buy this house? And I was like, yeah, like one day we could buy it. You know, he's like, how much is it? I'm like, I don't know, probably a few million.
Right.
And then I'm like, he's like, you can't buy it right now. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's what I'm working for. You know, I'm working hard. And I was like, but I have to have a balance, because if I work all day, maybe I could buy it soon, but then I won't have time to see you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was telling him, like, you know, the reason why it's gonna take us a little while was because I spend a lot of time with you, and if I didn't, then my life would be unbalanced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Do you
like,
be feeling guilty sometimes?
Oh,
because
yeah.
I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
So I be feeling guilty sometimes because I don't get to spend as much time as I want
Yeah.
because I'm chasing this dream
Yeah.
to pretty much benefit them in the future.
Exactly. Yeah. Now a little less guilty because I'm able to have much more of a flexible schedule. But like when I worked like a 9 to 5 and I was doing this on the side and seeing him, it was like my time was just so restricted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it would be like the little time I did get with them, I would have to go to an event. You know, and I would feel like, you know, he would probably feel upset and stuff like that. And he was younger, he didn't understand as much. Now I can have like a real conversation with him. And he's 8, going on 9. So I don't feel as guilty, but there's still times where I do, because I'm like, oh, I want to spend this time with them, but I have to go here and I have to go there. But luckily I'm in a position now where I can just choose to stay home a lot more than, you know, I don't feel like I have to be out as much as I used to and stuff like that. So
Okay, yeah. So that's perfect. So we're gonna talk about your clothing brand a little bit. We're gonna plate this up though. We're gonna talk about the jeans. That I feel like I should get a pair of those.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
You said you got a storefront, or is it just like a?
So shout out to homie Mario over at Appointment Only. He has a storefront right on.
Do you have to make an appointment to go there?
You don't. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking like, yo, can I make this appointment? I'm like, no, that's just the name of the store.
Right.
Like, you know, just come on in whenever you want, as long as they're open. He has a storefront. I linked with him. I was doing this collab. I mean, I did this collab with EPTM, and we collabed on some jeans. Put my logo on there, like helped design them and everything. And so we put them up in that store. We did a pop-up shop. Like, the jeans are still there. You can go purchase them anytime. 7667 Melrose Avenue if you want to stop by. And it's not like my storefront. It's the homies, but you know, it's like it's a lot of dope, only black and brown owned brands in there.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So
Okay.
I'm and it's a fly store. Like, it just, the design of it is dope. Like, I'm really happy to like be in that company.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? It's a lot of stuff that I would wear in there, so it's like, it's dope.
So tell me about the design of these jeans. While we do that, I'm gonna show you how to plate this up.
Okay.
All right, tell me about the design of these jeans that you got, because they look fire.
Thank you. Yeah, so I've seen, like, you know, recently, like, a lot of you know, people are going towards like the bootcut jeans, you know, to sit over the pants. I mean, so sit over the shoes and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I want to be forward thinking. Like, I've worn skinny jeans for a long time, but these are like a little more flared out, a little more comfortable, stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to go in that direction. Then also, like, what reminded me of, like, I was looking for inspiration. I seen like carpenter jeans are kind of coming back in, and I remember, like, to this day, my grandpa, he's a painter. You know, he goes out and paints. He's a carpenter, so he always comes home with paint on his jeans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, how dope would it be to like spin that?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Into like some fashion shit.
Right. So that's what I thought. That's what I really
Yeah.
thought when I saw it. Like,
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was painting the house one time.
Yeah, you
I
get
looked at my jeans
everywhere.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
you look at
yeah.
it. Yeah, and so because of that, it helped like the inspiration for that. We have two colorways, tan and green, and I'm just really proud of like what we created. You know, and the story I was able to tell with that. A lot of people were saying like it was inspirational to them, because in reality, it's like I thought I was being ambitious by like starting, you know, like to do some collabs with like jeans and like get into like the fashion world a little bit.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, you know who was way more ambitious? Like my grandpa
Right,
who came to this
yeah.
country without
Nothing.
$2
Yeah.
in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
made a
So
way.
like when I put that in perspective, I'm like, man, like, you know, anything I do is like a small fry in comparison to what he did to make me have the ability to do all these things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To be creative.
So how we gonna plate this up? We gonna go ahead and take a little bit of this sour. This is the same thing that we seasoned the crab with, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of chipotle.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put a dab right there like that,
Okay.
right? Then we're just gonna go ahead and make it real fancy like that,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then we're gonna take our poblano pepper, our chile relleno, and we're just gonna set it across there like that.
Ah.
Then we're gonna
okay.
take a little bit of this. It's the same sauce,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna go ahead and on the plate like that, right? We'll go ahead and plate it
So
up.
now this is like $30-$40 at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So this one little thing,
Yeah, but it's the presentation.
just the presentation. This is my favorite part of the dish.
Yeah.
Just plating it up, making it look nice and pretty.
Yeah.
And then now it's your turn.
All right, for sure. All right, so, you know, it's funny. I used to, my first job ever was Taco Bell.
Uh-huh.
And I remember one time, like, I was putting like a burrito together, and I was like, it would look all messy, and I didn't care because I was like, whatever, it's Taco Bell. And then like my manager at the time, he told me, he's like, no, presentation. It has to look good for people to want to eat it, you know. So I always keep that in mind. Oh shit, didn't do it right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of. Yeah.
All right. And then you set it this way.
Kind of hot, so be careful.
This way?
Yep. However you want to plate it.
All right.
It's your plate.
All right, for sure.
There we go.
All right, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you was gonna sign your name right there.
Yeah,
Get some
maybe I
of
should.
the
Maybe I
flowers.
should. Yeah.
Maybe not.
All right. Yeah.
Okay,
Didn't
there we
work
go.
out.
Yeah,
Didn't work
yeah.
out.
Beautiful.
All right.
There we go.
And then you just put these on here.
Yep. However you want to put them.
All right. Dope.
All right. All right. There you have it, everybody. Chef Junie, Rosecrans Vic,
Yes.
chili rellenos. stuffed poblano pepper. We got the crab in there. We got the shrimp in there. We got all that good flavors up in there, the Chef Junie all-purpose spices and all that good stuff, all right? So, you got anything you want to let the people know where to find you, what you got coming up, anything like that?
Follow me at Rosecrans Vic, follow at Rosecrans Avenue, follow the Brown Bag Podcast, watch us, we drop every Friday. That's pretty much it. If you like my jeans, well, I'm not wearing them right now, but you know, follow me, buy the jeans at appointment only, 7667 Melrose Avenue. And just thank you, bro.
You guys got more tickets to the live show? We
sold out, bro. We sold out 2 days, but we'll do another one soon.
Y'all missed out.
Don't sleep. You know, can't wait till Friday. Can't wait till payday. You gotta buy them right away.
Right. So I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. This is dope. Like, I was really excited about this. I was telling a lot of people because like I'm really not good at cooking. So I'm like, okay, if I could learn one thing, add it to my arsenal, like that's more than enough.
So you think it's an easy recipe for you to try at home?
I think so, yeah. Now that I know like what I need and stuff like that, you know. Well, let's see how it tastes though.
We'll go ahead and try it, right?
Yeah.
So this is the money shot right here. We're gonna use this as the thumbnail. You taking a bite of this.
All right, for sure.
Let me see.
It was fire.
And this is the first time I created this recipe.
I like it. This is a custom one?
My girl came up with the recipe.
I like it. What do you think?
Like, what can I make for rosemary ranch? She's like, oh, do like a crab stuffed chili relleno. So, how you like it?
I really like it.
Is it too spicy?
No, not at all. This is one of my favorite dishes in general, but I never had it with like stuff with any of this. You know
Is it better than your grandma's?
Grandma, I'm sorry. I think it is.
Grandma approved. So we had the episode with Chrissy B. Her daughter was here as also, and she got to try out the food. I was gonna let Lil Vic try it, but
he doesn't like spicy
food. So we ain't gonna get it kid approved this time, but we got it Rosecrans Vic approved.
It's all good. Yep.
So there you have it, everybody. Chef Junie's poblano pepper stuff. Chili rellenos.
Yep.
If you guys made it to this part of this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and let me. We got Lil Vic right here.
I have a special thing about this.
You want to taste it?
It's not about the food, it's about me.
It's about him. Not about the food, it's about him.
Yeah, everything's
make sure
about
you
him.
leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you see any artists or anybody you want me to interview. Leave it in the comments down below. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. All right? Peace.